Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Hey, you're listening to Soapbox Daily, and I'm your host, Matt Morgan. Thank you for tuning in to episode 132. And how are you doing today? How are you doing this week? Are you doing the right thing? Are you being, how's your integrity? I guess that's the question I'm asking. How is your integrity this week? Are you being the positive change? Are you setting the example, moving forward, onwards and upwards? Are you evolving to make this world a better place? That is always the question. Now, this week there seems to be a couple episodes on dreamers and dreaming and something along those lines, and that's kind of in line with what we're talking about on today's episode of 132. Today our topic is, we are talking about, are you an optimistic dreamer? And for me personally, I'm going to say yes, I am an optimistic dreamer, because that's just the way I roll. We're going to get into this a little more just to explain it, but let me tell you my inspiration. You know, we all have tough times in life, and we all need to find something to give us a little bit of pep. It's really difficult, I imagine, I know personally, but I know others experience this too, is that it's really difficult to stay optimistic about the future, optimistic about life, optimistic about certain things. So being an optimistic dreamer basically means that you can be a dreamer, but dreamers can go one way or another. But optimistic is basically meaning that, you know, you're on track, you're positive, you're hopeful. But let me just give you some of my inspiration that that's helped me out at a young age during some pivotal times. I was, I think, grade 8 at this point, and I was introduced to a band called Motley Crue. And there was a song of theirs that helped get me through a lot of tough times. And it's the opening lyrics to this song. And let me tell you, I'm going to read these for you, because it really does help give you some oomph. So lyrics go, "You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away high so I wouldn't come home low. Just when things went right doesn't mean they were always wrong." And it's true. I mean, yeah, we have our down times in life. There's obstacles in life. That happens. That's just the way life is. But it's staying back on track, okay? And you know, you have to have optimism to move forward. I mean, you need that in conjunction to succeed? Well, I guess success depends on what your success is. Are you looking for success in business or just success in life? You know, I mean, a success in business and whatnot, you know, business executives and psychologists sure think so. You have to have an optimistic attitude. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's great and all, but I think in general in life you need to be optimistic. I define optimism as being able to focus on a positive outcome, which is pretty straightforward. That's pretty much dictionary definition. I mean, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily shiny and happy at all moments, you know, of the day, but it does mean that you have the ability to look at a situation, and while it might be tough, you're able to see around that corner and see the possibilities versus the difficulty. I mean, being optimistic goes much deeper than just positive thinking. Okay, optimism is defined as an expectancy judgment that you can do certain things in the future. I mean, you just have to realize that, yes, there will be downfalls, pushing forward to believe in your dreams. Okay, I'll give you an example. My podcasts, even my videos I was doing previous to this, stuff like this. Yes, I know for a fact that it falls on deaf ears at times, and the viewers aren't there, and the listeners aren't there at times. It happens. I know in the long run, statistically speaking, based on my time in this business, in this industry, in the influencer and streaming structure of things, in time, it's a matter of discovery. You know, because some people look at some of my titles of, you know, anything that I produce or put out there, and they're like, okay, that's sensationalism, that's this, that's that. It's captioning. You're trying to captivate an audience. You're trying to get somebody's attention, because it's all about discovery, right? It's all about discovery. Somebody needs to discover you. They need to have something that comes across their path, and you go, okay, oh, look at that, Mad Morgan. We should check him out. And you do. And then you discover that there's all this wonderful stuff that you don't know about, but now you do know about it because you've been discovered. Optimistically, I am optimistic that my whole mission for why I got into doing what I'm doing, especially when it comes to my podcast, is I'm trying to make a difference in the world. I'm trying to make this world a better place. I'm trying to help people around the world live better lives, have better futures. That's my goal, right? So I'm optimistic to the fact that I'm doing something, and that eventually this will fall into the ears that it needs to, or in the eyes that it needs to. Eventually it will get to the message will get out there and people will know it. And this is where I'm optimistic. And yeah, it's tough. There are some days it's difficult to figure out what to talk about, topics to talk about, and doing the research and putting it all together. I mean, it can be difficult. It really can. And when you have those moments of doubt, you sit there and you go, okay, come on. Like, what am I going to do? Am I wasting my time? And you have some naysayers that are like, oh, you're just wasting your time. Nobody's listening. Okay, I could give in to that and then nothing's going to get done. And you're not going to change anything because it's moving forward. Making the effort is what gets things done. I mean, there's a lot of famous people that were dreamers and they succeeded. I mean, look at J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling wanted to become a famous author and write fantasy books. And initially, Harry Potter was rejected by publishers. But despite this, Rowling preserved and continued being optimistic, keeping her dream alive. And ultimately, Harry Potter became, well, what it is. We all know Harry Potter. But optimism is essential to achievement and is also a foundation of courage and true progress. That was quoted, and I'm going to quote this, that was Nicholas M. Butler, a Nobel Peace Prize winner, okay? And many famous people will admit that being optimistic led to success and realizing their dreams. I mean, and I'll give you a few other examples. Bill Gates is one of them, and also Dolly Parton. These are people that didn't give up, tried whatever they could to stay optimistic, keep their dreams alive, and pursue them moving forward regardless of all obstacles. So the question I have for you is, are you an optimistic dreamer? I know some people get down and out and everything else, and they turn to other things to help get them by, like substance abuse, whether it be drugs or alcohol or something else to numb their existence. But you really got to dig deep inside yourself sometimes to actually find the optimism, to know that tomorrow could be a better day, next week could be a better day, next month could be a better day. Regardless of all the stuff that goes on in this world, you gotta tell yourself you can do anything you want in this world. You can make a change, and you can. Collectively, my friends, you can change this world for the better. That's why I'm always saying, how is your integrity? Because your integrity is doing the right thing when no one else is watching. And in a world where everybody else is watching, do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And that's it. And be that optimistic person, that optimistic dreamer that knows that you can get the job you want, or you can do that trip you want to do, or you can achieve that goal that you want, or do that project. I mean, anything that you want, believe it's going to happen. And all the obstacles that come in your way will be nothing. They're just like another challenge. Get over the challenge, move to the next step. You get your one step closer to the dreams that you have and where you want to be, and you can do it. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. I know I believe in myself. And let me tell you, there's tough days. But I know for a fact in the long run, I'm doing a good thing. I'm leaving a legacy. I'm leaving something that's trying to help other people. I don't care about fame and fortune. That's not my concern. That's not why I'm here. Because if I was worried about fame and fortune and everything else, I would get discouraged when some of my episodes get one listened to. But I know in the long run, that number is going to have zeros afterwards, multiple zeros. It's going to go into double, triple, quadruple digits. And I know that. And that's where my optimism is, and that's where the dreaming comes in, because I strongly believe that my dreams can come true, and I'm going to make that difference. All right, so before I go on about this, hey, be the optimistic dreamer. Believe that you could do it. Others have done it. You can do it. I know there's 8 billion of us, but believe it or not, there's success that happens overnight, and it can happen. You just don't give up. Be that optimistic dreamer. Be the one that you can be, and you can achieve great things. I think that's about it for today. I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank you very much for tuning in to Soapbox Daily. I'm your host, Matt Morgan. Please check out our central hub, themadmorgan.com. That is our central website, themadmorgan.com. I do a little bit when I can, put more stuff together, put more information on there, but it's coming along, so thank you very much. Check out our projects and shows. Yes, we're going to have more coming down the road, but it's just there's only so many hours in the day, but I do what I can. All right, I enjoy being here for you. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you next episode.